What's up guys, my name is Stoody. I'd like to welcome you all back to another video, and in today's video I'm going to be doing my AFL Round 7 tips for the 2025 AFL season. Now at the time I'm recording this, it is still Monday morning. I decided to record this video now so I can post it either tonight or tomorrow, because I do not want to wait till Wednesday to post this video, because on Wednesday I'm going to have to post a Supercoach video on Wednesday because I just won't have time to film videos on Tuesday. Pretty much all my videos, like the tipping, Supercoach, the Stoody medal, all those videos are usually recorded on Monday to be posted on, Monday afternoon, Tuesday afternoon, and then Wednesday afternoon. But I just don't have that luxury due to the stupid Monday game that's on today. But usually I can't really film on Wednesday, but I should be able to this week. So Wednesday, those videos will come out. The Supercoach video will come out on Wednesday, and then the Stoody medal will come out on the Thursday instead of the Wednesday. And yeah, so basically, obviously, only 8 of the 9 games have been played so far. So basically, so far it's been a shit week. I currently am on 4 out of 8 correct tips. But whatever I actually got, I'll put up on the screen. Now, I have changed my tip to Geelong. So in the previous video, I tipped Hawthorn, but I've changed my tip to Geelong. So just keep that in mind. So if Geelong win, that'll bring me up to 5 out of 8, which now means I do have a total of 41 right now, but if Geelong win, it'll be up to 42. So let's go ahead and see what ones I got correct and what ones I got incorrect. So here are the ones I got correct. I tipped Carlton to defeat North Melbourne. I tipped Essendon to defeat West Coast. I tipped Fremantle to defeat Melbourne. However, that game was rigged from what I was told, so that will count as a correct tip. And I tipped the Western Bulldogs to defeat St Kilda. So here are the ones I got incorrect. I tipped Brisbane to defeat Collingwood. I tipped GWS to defeat Adelaide. I tipped Gold Coast to defeat Richmond. I tipped Sydney to defeat Port Adelaide. And yeah, obviously the Geelong Hawthorn game hasn't happened at the time I'm recording this, but by the time you get this video, it would have happened. But anyway, Thursday night, the Anzac Eve game. I will be attending this game. So if anyone else is attending this game and would like to meet up, possibly, feel free to message me on either Twitter or TikTok or Discord. Links to all those are in the description. So many ways you can contact me if you would like to meet up before or at halftime or something like that of the game. So Melbourne taking on Richmond at the MCG. I'm going to be tipping Richmond in this one by 16 points. So Richmond put off a really good win against the Suns last week. Obviously, I was very happy about it. If you guys watched my videos I made on Sunday, I was very, very happy about Richmond getting the win against Dimmer and Rioli, the dirty traitors. And I think they can win again. Up against Melbourne, I don't rate Melbourne at all. I think Richmond will have a lot of confidence after their win last week. Should be able to go out and get the job done on Anzac Eve. Richmond haven't won an Anzac Eve game since I think 2020, which I don't even think that one was played on Anzac Eve because of COVID. So technically 2019 was the last Anzac Eve game they won, but the last time Richmond beat Melbourne was 2020. So it'll be nice to stop that hoodoo on Thursday night, and I think Richmond can do it. I think Melbourne are basically cooked. Even though they won last week due to match fixing, I don't see Melbourne winning very many games this year. Moving on to Friday afternoon, Anzac Day. The traditional Anzac Day game, we have Collingwood taking on Essendon at the MCG. I'm going to be giving Collingwood in this one by 23 points. This game is usually a pretty good game, regardless of where the teams are on the ladder. Collingwood are absolutely flying. Essendon, they could barely beat West Coast last week. That's a bit of a concern. But I'm sure Essendon will be up for this game. They always are. But Collingwood are just on fire. They're clearly the better team. I just think Collingwood will be too strong. It'll be a pretty competitive game, but I think Collingwood will be too good in the end for Essendon. Moving on to Friday night, we have Fremantle taking on Adelaide at Optus Stadium. This one's a bloody hard one because, Fremantle are so inconsistent this year. Adelaide are also a bit of a weird team. They looked really good at the start, and then they got robbed. And then I think I tipped them the next time, and then they lost. And then they won last week against the Giants when I didn't tip them. So, I don't know. But the majority has tipped Fremantle, and that's who I'm going to tip. I'm going to be tipping Fremantle by 1 point because I have no idea who's going to win this game, really. I've just gone the home team. Fremantle do seem to be alright at home, except for that Sydney game. That was embarrassing. But yeah, Fremantle, just really, absolutely no confidence in this one. Wouldn't be surprised if the Crows win this game, but yeah, I'm just going to go Fremantle majority at the moment at least, and because it's at home for them. But who knows throughout the week if the majority will flip to Adelaide, because the round 6 hasn't ended yet. So moving on to Saturday afternoon, we have St Kilda taking on Brisbane at Marvel Stadium. I'm going to be tipping Brisbane in this one by 40 points. St Kilda had a shocker last night against the Western Bulldogs. So I don't rate St Kilda that highly, but they're super inconsistent. And on their day, they can put up a really good performance. So on their day, I think they could beat Brisbane, but I think Brisbane would have to play pretty poorly and St Kilda would have to be at their best for that to happen. I feel like realistically, Brisbane get the job done reasonably comfortably by 40 points at Marvel. Brisbane just clear the better team. Moving on to Saturday twilight, we have Port Adelaide taking on North Melbourne at the Adelaide Oval. I'm going to Port Adelaide in this one by 79 points. All of a sudden, Port Adelaide are back in form. Would you believe it? I mean, a good win against Hawthorn and then going to Sydney to defeat Sydney. It's either Sydney are a lot worse than we thought, or Port are just back in business. I think Port are back in business. And going up against North, who are struggling at the moment, a couple of smashings in a row, I think might as well call it a three-peat of smashings, because I think Port at home will be able to destroy North Melbourne. I think this is the easiest tip of the week. Moving on to Saturday night, we have the GWS Giants taking on the Western Bulldogs at Manuka over in Canberra. So I'm going to be tipping the GWS Giants in this one by 27 points. I think they'll be looking to make amends for last week's game. I don't know what happened in that game. It was so low scoring, but I was on the train going to the Richmond Gold Coast game, so I couldn't watch it. But yeah, it was a low scoring game. Apparently it was pissing down with rain. So yeah, it was just a weird sort of game, and shit happens in weird sort of games like that. You can get a weird result. I still think GWS are probably the best team in the comp, and at home against the Dogs, I think they'll get the job done. But the Dogs will be competitive, but I think the Giants too good. Moving on to Sunday afternoon, we have the Gold Coast Suns taking on Sydney at Metricon Stadium. Again, both of these teams had pretty bad losses last week, so who the hell do I tip? I'm going to go the home team. I'm going to tip the Gold Coast Suns in this one by 9 points. Both teams will be desperate to make amends. Sydney are looking pretty poor this year. They're 2-4 now, I think, so not good at all. Not a good response to their grand final belting last year. Whereas the Suns, they were undefeated, but then lost to the mighty Tigers. So, and what was a surprise for some people, not for me though. But I guess Dimmer hates Marvel, and the Suns are always really good at home. So, just go for the home team. Sydney don't look too good, so yeah, you'd think the Suns, they've won 4 of their 5 games, so based off of that, you'd think they get the job done, but not with a heap of confidence though, because it is Sydney. Sydney could always bounce back at any time, so but I'm still going to tip the Suns. Moving on to the other Sunday afternoon game, we have Carlton taking on Geelong at the MCG. Again, another very difficult one to tip. Carlton are back in form. They've flogged a few bottom teams though, a couple of bottom teams, whereas Geelong, they're going okay. Bet pretty good. They're going. So I'm going to be tipping Geelong in this one by 5 points. I think it'll be a really close game. It can go either way. This is a genuine 50-50 game, I think. Carlton, are they pretenders? Were they just beating on bad teams? Are they just flat trackers? We'll find out. So because of that, because I haven't seen Carlton beat anyone decent yet, I just got to go with Geelong. Because Geelong have beaten decent teams. And they have been good against decent teams as well. So Geelong have the runs on the board, Carlton don't. So I just trust Geelong a little bit more. If the game wasn't at the G, if it was at Marvel, I might have tipped Carlton, to be honest. But if the game was at GMHBA, I'd definitely be tipping Geelong. Since it's at the G, Geelong only just. Moving on to Sunday twilight, we have Hawthorn taking on West Coast at Marvel Stadium. Now, I may be going to this game. We'll wait and see. I haven't been to a neutral game yet, but this could be the first one. I'm going to be tipping Hawthorn in this one by 56 points. Yeah, Hawthorn, I don't know if they beat Geelong or not at the time of this recording, but I don't think that game will change my tips too much. Unless Geelong get absolutely annihilated or something, I might change my tip to Carlton, but I don't think that'll happen. But I'm going with Hawthorn in this. Should be too good, too strong for West Coast. West Coast are a joke. I mean, they almost beat Essendon last week, but I just can't see them beating Hawthorn at Marvel. I know Hawthorn have been robbed the home ground advantage, but I don't think that'll be much of a problem for them, to be honest. So I'm going to go Hawthorn in what should be a pretty comfortable victory. But yeah, those are my tips for round 7. Feel free to leave your tips in the comment section down below. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment like this. Be sure to become a channel member. Just click the join button next to my name. Also be sure to subscribe to my Premier King Goals with Nick. Link to his channels in the description. Also be sure to subscribe to my other YouTube channels. Be sure to subscribe to my podcast channel, King's Nexus Stoody. Also be sure to subscribe to my second YouTube channel, Stoody Archives. Links to both of those are in the description. Also be sure to join my Discord server. It's called Australian Sports Community. Link to that is in the description. Also be sure to follow me on my other social media accounts. I have Twitter and I also have TikTok. The username for all those is StoodyYT. Links to all those will also be in the description. I hope you had a good day, and I'll see you all in the next video.